In those 9 years, he's won 9 NBAC Northern Division championships. He's won 9 NBAC overall championships. He's won 7 of 9 sectional championships, 6 of 9 Final Four appearances, appeared in 2 state championship games, and obviously state champions this year. He's had, in those 9 years, he's had 7 players be league MVPs, and his overall record in 9 years is 172 wins, 18 losses, and 6 ties.
Still trying to, I can't get the image of Mr. Doolin wearing SpongeBob SquarePants pants like that, so I have to kind of gather myself after that thought. But I'd like to thank just a few people. I know we've gone over this, but I'd like to thank Mr. Norcross, Mr. Devins, Mr. Blair, Mrs. Vesco, Tim LaPointe, Mr. Doolin, and the girls' coaches and the great season they have. Of course, the youth coaches, all the youth coaches who have done everything they have. All the parents, of course, the Athletic Association, Pat Seymour, Kat Durai, and others. Tom Brandell, Tim Mulligan, Craig Giroux, John Trombley, Derek Seymour, everyone who had gave donations for our Final Four. And I'd also like to thank Tom Tregan and George Brandler who have built this to what we have. First thing I'd like to say is that so many people have come up to me that day after we won the state championship and the days after, and everyone said, geez, on a personal note, said, you've had quite a couple of years here, a year or two, and they said, you had, personally, your team won the state championship, your Boston Red Sox won the World Series, and they said also, you bought a house, you got married, and at this moment, my wife and I like to announce that she's not pregnant. But we've had quite a year, and as Mrs. Ryan, Mr. Norcross said, we are having a banquet in February, so I am saving a lot of things for that time. But I think a lot of people had questions about how good we were going to be this year. How strong were we going to be? What could we accomplish? And so many people asked me before the season started, do you think you can, do it? And I said, without a doubt. And I think everyone always kind of questioned if I was being honest with it. And I think that, people said, when did you know that this was a team that could do it? And I said, well, probably about 5 or 6 years ago. And that's the truth. People, when you watch these kids as they play, you begin to realize that this is a team that can do it. And I kept on telling people, I said, many of you watch us play in September and October, or August and September, and I said, just wait. This is a team that don't watch them play in September and make a decision how good they're going to be then. Wait till October, wait till November. I promise you, you'll see a different team, and that was the case. And I think one person who put it pretty clearly was Corey Lewis on the news that one day after we won the state championship, and he said that, that we believed we could do it. He said the team believed that we could do it. And he said that not many people believed we could. But that was the whole thing, that we really did believe that we were going to do it. And that's what made a difference. And, there were so many hurdles that we had to overcome this year. If you look at from day one until the state championship, there were so many. With people just looking at our team, I remember the first game of the season, we played NAC. We won 5-0, but people were coming to me who, follow our team year by year and said, I don't know who these kids are. I mean, they really looked out there and they didn't see for the first time Jeff Grellanton and people and said, who's this Sean Martin? Who's this Kyle Fountain? Who's this Casey Trombley? Wait a minute, he's Leah's brother. That's about it. All of these things. Who are these people? Why is Jordan playing there? All these questions of who these kids were. And then the next game we play Seton Catholic and Nolan Ryan gets hurt. And I think there's probably many people around the North Country, maybe someone sitting here, who when Nolan got hurt and questioned whether he was going to be playing or not, and couldn't decide how good we were going to be. And to Tim and Kathy, and it seems like yesterday in some ways. It seemed like a long time ago that we sat in that hospital and wondered if no one was going to play again. But at that moment, people said they're too young. They've lost Nolan Ryan. Is it going to happen? As time went on, we finally got Nolan back after 10 games or so, and we get him back. We play in E-Town. I know the boys want me to mention this, but we play in E-Town and we lose. And we got back home from that game, and we said to each other that we were at a fork in the road. Which way we're going to go? Was this thing going to kill us, and we were going to finish the season with not accomplishing what we want, or was this going to make us better? Just the other day, I talked to the E-Town coach, and I thanked him. I said, you beating us, you have helped us win a state championship. I know he was very happy about that. Probably not. But I told him it was the truth. That loss brought us to where we were in some ways. This team made a decision of what they were going to accomplish at that moment. After that, we just started playing much better. We get to the Lisbon game, in that very, very cold day for the people who were there, which seemed like the game started at 11 o'clock at night, but we won. As soon as the game was over, I had this feeling when the game was over at that moment, these boys don't realize it. I got back on the bus and told Mr. Norcross and Mr. Devins, that team at that day made a decision, and they probably made it before I did, and before I realized it. After we won, one of the first things they all said before I could even get it out was, we're not done yet. That we have 3 more games to win. It wasn't an idea of just getting to the Final Four or whatever. They really had this in their sights that we're going to win this thing. And then another hurdle. We get to the Final Four, and for the people who were there, Eric Ashline, who's that kid too, right? Eric Ashline scores the game-winning goal against SS Seward. Justin Seymour scores the second goal. So we're there, and we're staying on the sideline thinking, you know what? This is it. No bad luck. Nothing bad can happen to us now. We're up 2-0. There's only 7-8 minutes left. This is going to be it. And sure enough, as we all know, Corey breaks his leg, and I'm standing on the sideline with Mr. Norcross, and he's usually the pessimistic one on that in those situations. And right away, he said, I think he's all right. And I said, he broke his leg. I knew it right away. And I'm sure many of you who were at the game, the first thing that you said to yourself was, here we go again. Bad luck. Here we go again. And the game ended. I knew Corey had broken his leg, but there was still some question. We went out to eat right after the game in their favorite place, Mama Nina's restaurant. They're cheering for the waitress, not for the food, by the way. So we get to this restaurant to eat, and while we're eating, the phone call comes to me that Corey has broken his leg. I announced it to the players, and also at that moment was another turning point. And it's almost like at that moment I told them that they turned a switch. That they went from being upset, which of course they were, to, lack of a better phrase, screw it. We're going to win it anyway. And whether it was, partly for him, probably just the fact that that any team I've ever had, this is the team that nothing seemed to bother them, in the sense that it's another thing we have to accomplish, another hurdle we have to jump over. Corey can't play, that's how it is. We win without him, we win with him on the sideline watching us. But that's how it's going to be. I got back to the hotel, and my cell phone rings, and for people who've been in Shazy, well, PJ Gondek, who played with me at Shazy and is now the head coach at Fredonia State, called me to tell me things about Genesee Valley, because showing the dedication of Shazy people, he took time out to go watch Genesee Valley play, just in case we might play them. This was about a month before we played them. So he went and watched them play, and he called me, and he said, Rob, honestly, I know your team, I know this team, I'm going to shoot you straight. It's going to be tough. And he said, without Corey, he knew the team, and he said, it's going to be very difficult. And the one thing I said to him was, one of the last few things I said to him was, the crazy thing about this is, PJ, I said, I just don't see anyone beating us. I know that sounds very just basic and very simple way of looking at things, but I looked at it and I said, and almost to the point where I don't care who we play. I don't care if we did lose Corey. I said, I know this doesn't make much sense. I know I'm not talking tactics and things like that, but I just don't see us losing. We're going to find a way to win. And we got to the state championship game. Nolan scores an unbelievable goal. I still laugh that 60 years from now, Nolan will be, somewhere, and someone will be talking about Shazy soccer, some kid, and he'll be like, shut up, little kid. I'm the guy who scored the biggest goal in Shazy history. You mean old man telling some little snot-nosed kid that I'm the one who scored the biggest goal in Shazy history, right? That we get to the state championship game, and I know I'm telling you things that you already know, but Nolan scores that goal. We get to the second half, and I said to the boys, whoever scores the next goal is probably going to be the state champion. If they tie it up, they'll have the momentum. We score the next one, this thing is good as done. Justin Seymour comes out, scores probably one of the best goals he's scored. We had the 2-0 lead. The people who were there, you knew as well as I did. This thing was over. Hand me the trophy now. This thing is done. And of course, the goal got taken back. I had my meeting on January 7th, in the state meeting. I'll find out why they took it back, because I still don't really know why. And again, it was another hurdle we had to go over. And again, at that point, many of you, including me, said, here we go again. This is we're going to get the bad luck once again. But this is what makes this team so different. That they looked at this and said the same kind of attitude. Heck with it. If we have to win 1-0, that's what we'll do. And when that final whistle blew, we all think, I thought I knew, I think they thought they knew how we would react. And I think the town thought they might know how we would all react when that day would finally come and that whistle would finally blow and the game was over. But we didn't. I didn't know what to do. It was something you wondered if it was going to happen, I guess. And the great thing about our state championship here is that we all can feel we had a part in it. We really all did. Yes, there was 18 players who were on the field at that time, but we all did. Whether you played here before, whether you went to school here, whether you've been to our games, we've all had a part. Whether you're an alumni or not, we all can feel we had a part. And I think that a reporter from the Rochester area asked me, I think I mentioned this in Oneonta, he said, have you ever dreamed of this day ever coming? And I said, yeah, every single day I dreamed of this day coming. And I think we all have dreamed of this day coming, and it finally came. And it just feels so good. I think it feels so good for the community as well. And Rob Gravel, so many of us, people who've been in town for a long time, Rob Gravel grew up in Shazy. He's the athletic director at SS Seward. And I'll finish with a story what he said. When we found out we were playing each other, he gave me a call, and he's not coaching, he doesn't coach the boys team, he's the athletic director. He played here at Shazy, played basketball, very good basketball player. In some ways he's still a Shazy boy, believe me. And he called me up and he had a meeting with his team before they left for the Final Four, and he said to them, he said, listen boys, I want you to understand something. In Shazy, winning the state championship will be bigger than it ever will be, or ever think of it will be in their high school, in SS Seward. It will be bigger there than it ever will be here. So I want you to understand something. He said, my basketball team, SS Seward basketball team, is coming here in a few weeks to play in our tournament. He said, understand this, boys. In December, we have to go play basketball. If you play Shazy, when you play Shazy this weekend, if you beat them, and you act like a bunch of idiots, and you act like a bunch of fools, and you rub it in, when we go there in December, they will burn down your hotel. And the kids all start laughing and things like that. He goes, no, I'm serious. And so all the kids are kind of nervous, thinking, what are we getting into? And he goes, you think I'm joking? People will be flocking out the weathercock with like torches to your hotel. He goes, so we either have to lie about what hotel we're at, or you can just lose and make things much easier for us. But one thing I just want to finish with is that this is a community victory. All of you. I know the phrase has gone that it takes a village to raise a child. And it really does. And I thank all of you for being good parents, being good friends, being true to our town. We have a very special place we live in. I don't think we should all forget that. I love the town we live in. I love the school that we have. And sometimes we all forget how good we do have it. And sometimes it takes people who come from other places to make us realize that. I've taught in other school districts and things like that. We have it very, very good here. And it's not because of just the teachers or just the administration or just the school board. It's all of us. And all of you have had a part of that. And you all should feel a part of this state championship. So I thank all of you, and I know our boys thank all of you as well. We're going to talk about each player at our banquet in February, so we'll go through these. Our scorekeeper who's not here today, Sean Felton-Bray. Freshman Kyle Fountain. Freshman Nolan Ryan. Sophomore Kenny Boyer. I also want to mention that Kyle is honorable mention in the league, and if you haven't heard yet, Nolan was MVP of the Final Four. Sophomore and second team All-Star Jacob Spiegel. Sophomore and second team All-Star Jordan Spiegel. Sophomore Casey Trombley. Adam Dumas, who's not here today. Sophomore Chad Kuchar. Junior Sean Martin. Junior Corey Lewis. Corey was also MVP of the league. Forget also, Corey was also second team All-State as well. Junior Justin Seymour. Justin was first team All-League, All-NDAC, and third team All-State. Senior Nick Sprague. Senior Kyle Baker. Senior Tunga Mandabu. Senior Eric Ashline. Senior Sam Meehan. Senior Zach Perot. Zach was also first team All-Star as well. And senior John Bell. I just again want to thank everyone. What I'll say to these boys is that in August and September, people didn't know who you were. They know who you are now. This is the 2004 Class D state champion.
Boys, before you sit down, the easiest way to do this on your way through, grab an MBAC patch, sectional patch, and maybe
Hometown Cable for doing our games. The Athletic Association, Kathy Ryan for getting our bags and jackets. Mr. Carroll for making our sweaters. Seymour's, the Spiegels, and the West for our spaghetti dinners. Max Dover for making our DVD. I'd like to thank all the parents, all the fans for supporting us. Mrs. Vesco and Mrs. Davis for setting up the concession stand. Mr. Blair for the girls varsity, and Coach McCall for the
My wife will get mad if I Oh my God, no way. You guys want to explain it?
DC United, they just won the MLS Cup, they signed every player.
I thank the boys very much. I just hope one day I'll have another jersey like this with professional jerseys with one of their names on it. I hope someday, right? But,
everyone can just sit down for a couple more minutes, please. We have some presentations for trophies and plaques. We'll take about 5 more minutes of your time. Thank you. Before we do that, just to remind all the athletes who are here, we've been asking for a couple weeks. If you still have a uniform, we need them. We need them very soon. They need to be turned in. And you can see there's a lot here, so I'm not really sure where we want to start. Okay, we have the 2004 championship flags for the boys. We will have you come up and get those later. We will start up here. First of all, for the girls, second team All-Star MBAC, Whitney, Nevada. MBAC second team All-Star Chelsea Latimore. MBAC second team All-Star Carissa House. MBAC first team All-Star Sandra Dupree. And just to let Helen and Corey know, we did not get the correct plaques in, so you have different plaques coming. Most valuable player, 2004 MBAC Girls Soccer, Helen Grew. For the boys, MBAC Honorable Mention, Kyle Fountain. MBAC Second Team All-Star, Jacob Spiegel. MBAC Second Team All-Star, Jordan Spiegel. MBAC First Team All-Star, Zach Perot. MBAC First Team All-Star, John Bell. MBAC First Team All-Star, Justin Seymour. And MBAC Most Valuable Player, 2004, Corey Lewis. We have a 4-year Shazy School Award, 4 years in the varsity soccer team, John Bell. And for anyone who would like to stay, we will show the video for the boys in the auditorium. And for people who are heading home, I would like to thank everybody for attending. We really appreciate all the support you give the school and our Thank you very much.